This is how the head of South Korea's state-funded broadcaster has been starting his workday recently, confronting the fury of his staff. On Monday, there was no sign of Gil Hwang-young's car, but the union members were still there, still demanding his resignation.
The major reason behind the problems in our programs is due to an order from the president's office that Gil Hwang-young received. We have precise evidence that he has been engaged in control over news coverage.
It was an allegation first made by the outgoing head of KBS's news operation earlier this month. Kim Si-gon said Gil had instructed him to tone down criticism of the Coast Guard and, more generally, the government's response to the sinking of the ferry Sewol in April, with the loss of more than 300 lives. He claimed Gil was acting on the orders of the president's office. Next came online apologies from KBS journalists. "We only wish that we didn't feel ashamed to carry our cameras," said one. The relatives' criticisms were not duly reflected in KBS coverage, says another. Already hundreds of reporters and producers have walked out. The usually hour-long, double-headed evening news is down to 20 minutes and one presenter. An official union-led strike is likely to start on Wednesday. With large sections of his staff now in open revolt, Gil Hwang-young now has to account for his actions to his bosses. The Board of Governors has called him in with a motion for his dismissal on the table. At the same time, the network took out ads in major newspapers on Monday, apologizing for program disruption and insisting that claims that the presidential office had meddled in its news coverage were untrue. But it's a case not helped by the Prime Minister's admission last week that the government had indeed sought cooperation from the state broadcaster to report in a way that encouraged rescue workers. The Sewol tragedy has triggered a deep national soul-searching on issues of safety, regulation and corruption. It's also raising questions inside KBS's empty newsroom and beyond about media freedom. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.